Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I'm Will Dragon, and we are continuing our playthrough of Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader. We left off last time. We have just started a fight. We've come to a planet to try and help one of Heinrich's companions. It turns out they've gone a little bit heretical. And they're talking about using chaos magic to bring back a son. Or should I say, to bring out a second son. So, yeah, things are looking a little bit interesting on the old Heinrich's Who's Your Friend front. We also learned, on a slightly separate note, that the Grand Inquisitor Kalkazar, if I got that name correctly, is secretly making deals with Xenos. Well, don't know what I've got to say about that. But I tell you what I do have to say about it, and it's nothing good. So, very much need to be going and having a word with Kalkazar, I can tell you that much. But before we do that, we have to finish this fight, because Kalkazar is next on the list. And we have a little special thing on this fight to turn these lamps on and banish the darkness. Now, we have set ourselves up as we want ourselves. Let's go ahead and hit start the battle. I don't know what that background noise was, but that sounded fun. Cass. Let's come to here and let's,
Step aside.
Go and
The
blight them all.
navigator is coming.
That's right, you all get a little stare. And then...
Isn't this a job for the serfs? If I may.
Put the front line down there. Let's go... Wait, have I just selected the right one? No. We're gonna go put that in there because I realize that I'm gonna have to have Argento run down here and join in the fight. Burning touch of the wall. Get the others. Oh, they probably do have that just further down. And let's give more resolve to Argento. She's gonna come down and hopefully get us a couple of kills.
Me? If you insist,
And
Lord
then let's
Captain.
give Pascal a bit of love as well. And then Bahadur. He's gonna come down here and turn on the lamp. I don't know what this is gonna do. Staggered. Is that what turning on the lamp did? I'm not quite sure.
All too easy.
All I know is I'm now going to come down here. Let's turn on this lamp as well. Let's banish the darkness. We've just got one lamp left. We've got some servitors here, which could be useful.
Forge ahead.
Come back this way. That is unfortunately all he gets to do. Then Argenta. Gonna come down here.
God Emperor, move through me.
She's gonna
Be the
concentrate
fire
some
in my
fire.
heart.
She's gonna mark some fine
Doubt is
focused
for the
prey.
weak.
We're gonna switch to the flamer.
I'll do it.
Then we're gonna burn them all.
As the Emperor commanded.
High momentum.
Pascal then goes and gets
Activate calculated fury algorithm.
2 extra points of damage.
Request approved.
Let us go and See if we can't delay him moving anywhere. And then...
Faith without deeds is worthless, eradicated.
Explorators know one route. Forward.
There you go. We've now gone and turned on all of the lamps from what I can tell. Although, wait, we do have something down through here. Don't know what will be through there. Maybe we'll have to have a look. An unseen room. But out of all the rooms I can see, there are no more lamps. None left up. There's none up here either.
The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
Wait, I don't quite. Never mind.
I'll do it.
Let's run
Doubt
gun.
is for the weak.
Yeah, I can get to the end of there.
I'll do it. Each strike is a prayer.
As the tactical imperative dictates.
He's gonna come have a look in this storeroom. Yeah, that may as well be him. That may as well be Argenta.
Break their morale. Death to the heretics.
Yeah, she's just gonna stay on the floor.
Death to the heretics!
Weapon at the ready.
I like it's all death to the heretics. I mean,
For the glory of the Imperium.
they were definitely just going through some, oh man, now you've all, like, gotten in the way. Ah. Like, do you mind?
A tactically sound approach.
I suppose he can, we can. This, I don't know if what going reckless will do for that.
It will be done.
Get all the guys
I
around
will
me to
do my
brace for
duty.
impact.
An exemplary strike.
Beautiful shooting. Switch back to the sword. And... Pascal.
Heavy is the tread of his faithful.
Nope, no lamps in here.
Moving out!
Don't you dare shoot me.
Follow my lead. Duty prevails!
So if Heinrichs
Get me a target.
come down here.
Let's see to it. Be gone.
Gonna set him on fire. Gonna give
But
myself
of
strong
course,
arms.
Lord Captain. Let's see to it. I won't object to it.
Let's
I'll see our foes
daring
obliterated.
breach. And let's burn him.
Naturally.
Alright, well that gets rid of the invading party. Beautifully done in one quick turn. And Melina lets out an agonized moan. Wasted. All my work, all my preparation, all for nothing. And Melina Iona Lichtenhart, in the name of the Inquisition, you are hereby removed from your post and expelled from the Holy Ordo. The fate of its fallen members is a matter for the Ordo. Heretical archives, artifacts obtained in the excavation, and other assets in Lichtenhart's possession. I hereby declare the property of the Holy Inquisition. However, it is for the rogue traders to decide what becomes of Phaeton 4 and its people. What is your verdict? What will happen to the archives and Emelina? The archives will be sealed and transported to your ship as the official property of the Inquisition. Further study and appraisal, Emelina, is my responsibility. What would you advise me to do? The world has been compromised. Any attempt to assess the degree of corruption will necessarily be based on weak judgment, vulnerable to doubt and sentiment. I would get rid of the planet and its population. I'm going to leave them here with weapons to kill Drukhari. So be it, Lord Captain. Now as for Emelina. You are hereby stripped of your special status as an agent of the Golden Throne and all attendant rights and privileges. I am authorized to use all interrogation measures stipulated in the standard framework for information extraction to ascertain the fate of Acolyte Panakia Kalburgaria. Will that be necessary, Emelina? No, Interrogator Van Carlox. I have no intention of concealing that information from you. I am almost certain that Tanakia Kalburgaria was eliminated on the orders of Xavier Calcazar after being deemed a volatile element. You're lying. I saw one of Calcazar's documents when I went to receive my new orders, only a fleeting glimpse, but with my memory like a picture recorder, it was long enough for its contents to be implanted on my mind. I do not know the details, but the document itself was an interrogation transcript, with a final annotation indicating the removal of the person from the retinue. And we both know how someone leaves the Lord Inquisitor's retinue, Interrogator Van Carlox. Nakia is the Lord Inquisitor's top espionage specialist, whereas Xavier chose to refrain from making a public show of strength. Kalburgaria was invaluable. Why would he do this? I do not know, Interrogator Van Carlox, just as I do not know why the Lord Inquisitor sent me to this nondescript planet as soon as I voiced my concerns about his methods. Just as I do not know if I should blame the warp for the lack of responses to my calls for help, or if Calcazar prohibited the others from answering. Bum bum bum! The nature of her mission and of Xavier's true purpose here in the Expanse was likely why he chose to bury this secret, and Tanakia along with it. The operational data indicates that you are the retinue's primary torture specialist, Interrogator Van Carlox. At all this time, I thought you were the one who conducted Tanakia's interrogation, and one of the reasons why I destroyed my personal data block was to ensure that my own sentiments would not prevent me from thinking rationally when I next encountered you or Calcazar's other servants. Emelina Iona Lichtenhardt. Your knowledge is of particular interest to the Inquisition. Before your fate is decided, I will carry out the necessary procedures to extract the information from you. You can assist by providing access to your reminiscence blocks, however, unsealing the inaccessible block will require greater force. Say nothing. It's not like you to be so quiet, Bahada. I can only guess at the reason. We are finished here. The planet will be designated unfit for further use. The risks are simply too great. It will take a few hours to deal with the excavation site and what the diggers found there, but it will not delay us. When we return to the ship, find a minute to speak with me. He likes giving me orders, doesn't he? I mean, he really
challenge for me.
likes giving me orders. How did that do for the amount of loot on the map? Ah, just diggers. Go and unlock the safe.
This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
What do we get? Taunting stream targets do not need to fail the willpower resistance test to be affected by this ability. Whenever the wearer is attacked by an attack of opportunity, they gain +1 stack of Swift Shroud effect and +40% dodge against this attack. Also, the wearer gains +3 MP every time they are targeted by an attack of opportunity. At the end of their turn, the wearer expels all their Swift Shroud stacks to grant all allies +0% dodge until the end of the wearer's turn. Cool.
Excellence matters.
Scattered across the table surface, your attention is drawn to a whimsical pattern on the broken pottery and tablets. But when you try to take a closer look, the world starts to swim before your eyes. Down, down, down. Nothing but heresy. Yeah, let's go back to my ship. Let's get off this planet and let's put Heinrichs back in a corner. He's by far my favorite character. Like I said, he seems to like giving me orders. I don't know how much I like that.
Follow my lead.
Question of how useful I deem him for the next playthrough is, well, it's coming more and more into question every single word he utters, mostly. So yes, well, I don't know, we'll see. See how he goes. Lord, get him in! Now he stands around here somewhere. Where is he? Heinrichs.
Lord Captain, I thank you for your assistance with my mission. Thanks to rogue trader von Valancius, the Inquisition has stopped the enemies of humanity, even those hiding in its own ranks on this occasion. I will no longer be making any claim on your time or resources.
Number 2.
It is dangerous information, but you are already too deeply involved. In the Inquisition, there are two main philosophies: Puritanism and radicalism. The adherents of the former are conservatives who strive to follow the letter of inquisitorial doctrine in all matters. The radicals are more pragmatic. They believe that the end often justifies the means, and they use tools that a Puritan would condemn as heretical.
I feel like I would condemn them as heretical on this playthrough.
Emelina used the powers of chaos to gain the upper hand against Xenos. I touched a cogitator built by cultists to learn its secrets. None of us is pure. Xavier. The craven-hearted say that the career of every Inquisitor ends in either death or heresy. The Lord Inquisitor has borne this burden longer than any of us. It would be naive to think that he had only ever used Puritan methods, and even more naive to suggest that such methods have in any way weakened his loyalty to the God Emperor. And that is all I will say on the subject.
Okay then.
There are ways of breaking into her memory and extracting the secrets she is still keeping within herself. I will see to it that no secret escapes
How
the
about no
grasp
secret
of
escapes
the...
me?
This is not the first time, or the last, I fear, that I will cause the death of someone close to me. There have always been reasons for it. Sometimes the reasons are dictated by duty, sometimes by my own personal volition.
I like Heinrichs.
I will remain part of your retinue. That will not change. I will continue to accompany you until I receive orders to the contrary from the Lord Inquisitor, if ever. Who
Can you
knows?
tell me about the cult of the
Perhaps
final
one
dawn?
day my journey... The cult's ordinary members are humans who have been corrupted by the archenemy, traitors to the Imperium, and accomplices of chaos. Participation in the cult's rituals always entails brainwashing, literally and figuratively. The longer cult members spend among other cultists, the less critically they think, and the more closely they resemble obedient livestock, stripped of their fear and instinct for
Sounds like the
self-preservation.
Astra Militarum.
The worst of them go to their deaths without an inkling of doubt, ready to take hundreds and thousands. As for those at the top of the cult's hierarchy, we have not yet managed to get a lead on all of the cult's leaders. I imagine that some of them are hiding in the depths of the Coronis Expanse. But those who are orchestrating the fanatics on nearby worlds are hiding very well indeed. Or governors, commanders, rogue traders. History is full of
I think
those who
Windscale is gonna
neglect
be
their
behind
duty to
something,
the
personally.
Golden Throne and seek allies in the wrong places. We discovered the first traces of it as soon as we arrived in the Coronis Expanse. Since then, the more we learn, the better we see just how far the roots of... As you wish.
I must take my leave. And... yeah. I don't particularly think it'll be much. Let's see if we can get any more Drusus reputation. Select tradable. Ooh, another 3,800. That was a couple of levels right there. Trying for reputation. Soul pattern, melter gun. Triumph faith. One-handed power sword. One-handed force sword, blade wings, and commander's chrono. Very nice. We are a couple of levels now off the modified artificer armor. Not too much to go. Not too much to go. Let's come to the old inventory. Now, each time the wearer inflicts burning from flamers, that burning level is doubled, and the wearer's heavy weapons attack gain 50% additional damage. Unfortunately, nothing great. The wearer always has the highest initiative in combat. Ooh. Tempting. The wearer can spend all their MP to move to any cell within movement range. Movement does not trigger attacks of opportunity. At the end of the movement, the wearer automatically performs a melee area attack with their primary weapon against all adjacent enemies. Not bad. Now, I believe most of these were one-handed. Whenever the wielder kills an enemy with this weapon, veil degradation is reduced by -0. Okay, the sword deals additional +0 damage. I feel like that should be for a Psyker. Triumph of the Faith, one-handed melee weapon, power sword. Look at the damage compared to my current weapons. That's all I'm gonna say. Now, I do have slight bonuses with axes, but still. One-handed melee weapon, light. This sword ignores deflection. I can live with that. Let's put that into the second weapon. Put that there. Its damage is just that much higher. Whenever the wielder kills an enemy with this weapon, veil degradation is reduced by the wielder's psi rating. Deals additional damage, etc., etc. Attack by attack of opportunity, gain +1 stack of Shroud effect and 14% dodge against that attack. See what we've got. Taunting Scream. What are you currently wearing? Whenever you endure the... Nah, we'll keep what we've got. Time to use a magic psychic power. He's not even wearing boots. Put on a shiny pair of boots, my friend. And then you can have a shiny new sword as well. By the wearer's psi rating. After that, wielder gains +1 psi rating for 1 round. Now we'll do... So I say we'll use that. Yeah, no, we'll use sacrifice. It's got a lot more damage. And what a shiny sword it is. Then Soul Pattern Melter Gun. Mars Pattern Melter Gun, of course, beats it. You can have the new Melter Gun. Recorded Sermon. The all has the highest initiative. I particularly want someone to always be going first. I quite like my move order. I'm quite happy with it. And having the ability to always go first. Grab the portable deflector. Let's... I love the cheaper reload. Yeah, do you know, I am going to give it to Abelard, I think. Good old Abe. Is it this one? Oh, no, wait. Sorry. I gave it to Bajado, didn't I? Or what did I take off Bajado? Dear Lord, there's a question. Type in ascending order. We took off... Aha, this one. Auto dodge is the first hit from each attacker, but I don't really want him dodging. I want him parrying. We'll lose... Can't remember which one's which. We'll lose the 10 logic. Keep the tech use. And he can have a bit of more dodge. Just go back to the Chronos Expanse map. And so I need to find a decent helmet. My Space Marine friend. And now I have to run all the way down south. By starting going through a very dangerous corridor. I have to go all the way down south because pretty much the only thing I have left to do is go to Footfall. We've got... only got any rumors left. Got one which... oversized asteroid. Suppose we could get along the way. There's no reason for us not to. Oh, I could reduce this by 1 danger level. But I'm not going to. I don't ever intend on coming back through here. I have to go to Cava Gamma. Will I summon their own strength in the Emperor's Providence? Alright, let's just go and kill them. No, get rid of Heinrichs. Have Ulfar back. I can't just sacrifice my crew en masse to the demons. I'm just not that kind of guy. Although, you know, I suppose I should do and then say, well, all of you that died just didn't believe in the Emperor enough. Wow, I hear some demons. Maddened Fighter. Some blue horrors. Oh, I've got a combat servitor to help me. He's going a bit mental. That Bajado will come up there. Avalon, wow, they are quite spread out. It's gonna be a pain. Argenta. There. Gas. Opa, and then Pascal. Have you go along. We'll, yeah, start to get rid of the guys in the corner. A Portal Warlock. Gains immunity to horrors of the warp. We'll start praying to their dark gods at the end of their turn. At the start of the creature's next turn, veil degradation creature postponed. The gods will answer their prayer. Oh. And I assume they're the reason for these portals and potentially the blue horrors. So we need to get rid of those guys. There you go, we've got some more portals down here. Is that, yeah, a Portal Warlock? Well, we got, yeah, oh, we've got quite a few blue horrors down here. Look for hard horror.
Suits my purposes. Nothing of value has been lost.
And doesn't look like there's going to be anybody further back. That's good. Interesting chance to blow it up, but does the blowing up part do enough damage? Now there's a question.
Already done. Trusting me was your biggest mistake.
I don't know if that does, and that's the portal closed as well. Like I said, I can't see any more portals back there, but we'll see. And that's pretty much going to be Bajado for this round. Yeah, we need to get down here and kill this one. Let us... One round all eyes in the area gain 20% cover efficiency reroll and all failed characteristic tests. Front line. Gonna put that down there. Okay, that's actually pretty pointless. Hey! Portal Warlock goes next, so a good thing we killed one of those guys.
You don't frighten me.
Get rid of that blue
I'm
horror.
not accustomed to being ordered around.
I know, Pascal's not too far away.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
It is about time to decrease Veil degradation. I do think.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Oh, that's so close and so rude all at the same time. Let's go and give some bonuses.
If I may.
Ulfa. I wish I could give an extra turn. What are we on? 2 short. Then yes, I could stop this nonsense. Pink horrors. Oh, less of those things turning up. Oh, ooh, a bit of a scream going on there.
My faith strengthens me.
Your faith in dark heretical powers. Which weapon?
My hand is thunder! My strike is ruin!
Kicking backwards.
Corpse play!
Want that.
See how the wolf succeeds?
Want that. We're gonna switch to a ranged. Oh, we can't. I forget. Gonna put on firearm mastery.
By claw and fire, the foe will be torn asunder! I will draw wounds out of your bones! In disgrace!
38%. Oh, really? We can't hit that guy? Oh, I didn't realize there was a guy hiding back there.
The wolf is on the hunt.
Just gonna...
I don't like that.
We've used up all of our attacks. There are plenty of dead people. Oh, we got another blue horror hiding down here.
Follow my lead.
You call that an attack? Yeah, double parry. What do you say to dying? Good answer. A very, very good answer. Now, question is,
Running binary override.
what do you guys say to
My vow is to serve.
coming back in here and potentially
Computation failed.
Target is too far.
Request approved.
Onward!
Ah, didn't set off the trap. Well, I'll be.
Weather the storm!
And I think Argento can come down and help with this madness, although again,
Rejoice in battle!
fighting from different height levels is never works out too well on this game, in my opinion.
As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it.
Maybe, just
Faith
maybe.
without deeds is worthless.
So again, we've got the
I'll
height
do it.
thing. It's a bit of a pain. Let's go and call the balls. Yeah, I mean, if you look at its attack, it's supposed to be a giant cone.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Let's run and gun, so then I can come down here. And then actually get this going off properly.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Everybody's dead.
Advancing. The Omniscient knows all, comprehends all.
Can we do that again?
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Revel in slaughter.
I'll do it. None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
So yeah. They're all dead.
Stay vigilant.
Skytia, my Caramite hide is strong.
Wow, who are you hoping to kill?
Indeed.
Any chance you can reach these guys with? No. Oh, let's go for
For one Valancius!
daring breach. Although, in fact, I say
I've seen worse battles than this in my time. What's your target?
just keep chopping people down.
I took care of this one.
Oh, we've still got a guy left alive by here.
Tried and tested tactics are the best one.
I missed. Yeah, that's fair. Wasn't really expecting to hit anything there. Just to confirm, it doesn't look like there's anyone back here. We have 4 guys left. Let's pull the sword back out. We have 3 guys left.
You don't stand a chance!
Oh. Oh, that's as far as we go, apparently. It really annoys me how we can't get both of these guys.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Die in disgrace. I will carve runes out of your bones.
And one guy we have left alive is hiding back here. We can't really get up there. Not getting up there with him.
Follow my lead.
Mwah! Mwah! You're not gonna get to do anything. Yes. Keep running. And look at him, yes. Yes,
My
you beg
place is
for
at the
forgiveness. And it shall be given.
None shall stand in my way.
And time to leave. If Pascal to run from the other side of the world. Grab chainmail, always add to cargo. Accept. And that deals with that problem. Wait. Now... Gamma. That's where it wants me to go. So let's... We escaped. For now. Start warp traveling all the way across the other side of the world. Of the... Well, of the sector. Got a field generated that left the vessel exposed to the warp for a brief second. According to the enforcer reports, something did manage to get into the ship and is now prowling the dark corridors of loading bay 5. At the end of the journey, after the vessel emerged from the oil space, the chamber was unsealed. It was intact. Who had barricaded themselves in the corner of loading bay 5? Then we need to... Ah, now it's one of Weibo 6. Whoops, I clicked the wrong button. Good day, Zero. Yes, there is live content almost every day. I stream 5 days out of 7. At the moment, it's always Rogue Trader. Nice, we escaped. We always will escape. And let's go deal with whatever random tech heresy nonsense is happening on Kiavagama. One of the workshops has fallen to corruption. The machines within disassemble the surrounding mechanisms and swallow workers whole to construct repulsive amalgams of metal and flesh. Wow. Make it serve the manufactorum and feed it additional parts. Interesting. Efficiency goes down. Sure. Hungrily swallows the mechanisms which greatly boost its output. Upon consuming all the viable materials, it spawns its final horrific creation before something within it cracks and falls silent forever. Well, what did we spawn? I think we just birthed a monster. Yeah, it's got a lot of lore. For me, it was I started playing Dawn of War many years ago. Let's not go that far back. It makes me feel old. And then I actually started reading the Horus Heresy books. And so, where are we going? Yes, we're going down here. And, you know, especially when you get about 20 into those books and then you realize, you know, it goes on to about 85. You feel like you've started a commitment that you should probably see through. And then, yeah, I've always enjoyed the games, really. This one's really good fun. I've played Space Marine and Space Marine 2. Yeah, I've played Dawn of War 2. I don't think there's any others, maybe. But yeah, I've always enjoyed it, so... And let's finally go visit Footfall and speak to our Inquisitor, Kalkazar, who's got troubles in the world. Drusus' blessing. You got anything else you want to share with me? Cuts through the hissing Vox channel. Greetings, what can I do for you? Chartist Captain Austeris. Ah, this is the Navy. And Footfall is surrounded by ships. Oh, hello. Received a Vox message from the Footfall. The Inquisition has declared martial law on the station due to the threat of Malleus Extremus. Docking will require special permission, and even most of the asteroids have been cordoned off. The station's custodian, her ladyship Incendia Corda, sends her greetings and invites your lordship to disembark at the docks with a small retinue. Her enforcers will meet you there to escort you to another chamber for a private audience. What other options do we have? We have none, Lord. The augurs are reporting that all docking gates not watched by enforcers are locked and rigged with explosives. Okay, then. I guess we'll land as we've been told. Don't have much of a choice on this one, I feel. Oh, so I guess I'm going to the atrium. We'll take the usual suspects. A hell of a question, Zero. That's a hell of a question. Well, to be honest with you, I'm enjoying playing, and alright, I suppose making a mistake at the beginning could lead to... could make it harder to win, but it's never impossible. And that's kind of the point, right? That's the point with any game, in my opinion. Just because you don't do every move perfectly, and so things get hard, is that a reason to give up? I mean, now, of course, you know, I will complain my fair share as much as the next man. I'm great at complaining. However, I will not give up, and I will still keep trying to figure out how to... Oh, sorry, I just got to interrupt you. Ikarian Rust Stalker. These have been added since the latest patch. He now has proper bodyguards. Anyway, sorry. So, yeah, I mean... And if I don't keep playing, then how am I supposed to learn, you know? Just because I don't do the perfect method in the first 50 turns. I could be missing out on so much learning from the next 200 turns. Because I don't know how the end game goes off the top of my head either. And as well, that's the thing I find with Civ. Unless you've got a really good end game plan, that kind of hampers you a lot. And I never really have an end game plan. That's usually my problem. So yeah, I just keep going and keep trying. I mean... If you want to see a good example, watch my full Canada series on the channel if you haven't seen it. It's a great series. Well, I would say that. I made it. But, I must make my leave. I think it's a great series. But no, that'll give you a... That'll give you an example of... you know, I mean, the fact that I make mistakes at the beginning
I won't tolerate weakness.
doesn't necessarily
One day,
mean...
I shall remind Drivestead that he was ready to bury my family based on some trumped-up charges. One day. Not now.
Oh, we've got some heretics hanging, it seems. But yeah, that'll be a great example for you of never give up. I won't tell you how it ends, but it's an interesting series, I think. Okay, we have we're burning some heretics. Okay. How did you manage that? When they grabbed you on the street, I thought... Anva. Anva. Okay, we've got some Anvas on the go. Who's not disturbed? Pilgrims, the mass is underway. How about move or put a bullet in your brain pad? Trolling confessors, a burning pile of corpses. I'm gonna guess these all say more Anvas. Blasphemy. Oh, this one's not an Anva. He's just a blasphemer. Heresy. How about this guy? Piracy. This one? Oh, this one's an Anva. Trolling confessors.
Victory awaits.
Trolling confessors. Citizens. Oh wow, so she seems to have taken the throne of Footfall. Well, this station's under my protection, so... I have a small problem with this. I see clearly with my naked eye the corruption that has engulfed your nature. Only the cleansing fire could absolve you now. Guilty. Whew. still up? No, he's not still alive. He made it! Just fire enough for you cleansing for you, you crazy hag. Wow, did you look at that? Yeah, no, thanks. I mean, it's really nice of you to say. Like I said, I just, you know, I'm here to play for fun. I don't play because I'm the best at any game. I play because I enjoy them, and I hope that, you know, that you guys get some enjoyment out of that too. But like I said, no, thank you. Thank you for your kind words. Incendia Corda is absorbed in reading a long strip of parchment. Her left hand is holding a silver spoon, with which she is carefully scooping up brain matter from the open skull of the man contorted next to her. I'm sorry, what? She's scooping out brain matter? That doesn't seem very holy. Bajada von Valentius, I was informed of your arrival. Dorsha has marked Incendia's features with a crisscross of lines and deep furrows. Her cheek is forever twisted in a contemptuous nervous tick, yet her eyes are ablaze with indomitable resolve. A dazzling aura of power and righteous fury surrounds her like a mantle. She gracefully brings a gold-plated inhaler to her lips, takes a deep breath, and the fire in her gaze flares like a plasma thruster. What is this abominable act his daughter is committing? The Sister of Battle whispers incredulously as she stares at Corda's monstrous feast. There must be a reason. Yeah, let's look at awareness. One look at Incendia's full dress uniform shows you that it has not been changed in many days. The collar is greasy and the braid trim is stained with sweat. The air is tinged with the smell of an inhaled stimulant that is used to give serfs the ability to work multiple watches without rest. Point at the man with the open skull. I must know the taste of a criminal's thoughts. It is how I learn to recognize their patterns. Put the poor man out of his misery. A laughable accusation. Do you think yourself capable of detecting corruption? You know not the first thing about perceiving it, sensing it, peering into people's souls and seeing the heinousness therein. You do not know what it's like to look at their faces and see the brand of their impious deeds. But I know it too well, and none shall escape my wrath. What is going on here? Lord Inquisitor has bestowed upon me the honor of bringing order to this cesspool of pirates and heretics. To rid footfall of the corruption that has fettered its limbs and turned this imperial station into a hotbed of free thinking and inefficiency. And I will not rest until all have been judged. It pleases me that you get to share the triumph of Footfall's purging with me. Interesting. I'm gonna go for the dogmatic approach and see what happens. Dogmatic plus 30. You truly wish to stand trial very well. May your zeal serve as an example to the rest. Leans forward and peers into your eyes. Your gaze, like a monk carrying a rushlight, wanders down the corridors of your soul's fortress, checking every corner in search of the slightest faults or traces of corruption. Moments pass as Incendia conducts her thorough investigation. And at last, she reclines in her throne again. A weary smile touches her lips. I see no sign of taint in your soul, Bajada. You are pure before the Emperor, and thus I acquit you and grant you his blessing in parting. Go forth and bring his punishment to those who have turned their back on his word. What happened between you and Winterscale? While the Emperor burns, ravaged by heretics and unhallowed Xenos, he abandoned his duty completely and had dared to ignore the Lord Inquisitor's call to battle. My servants are capturing his worlds and ships while he hides from his reckoning, indulging his base urges. Soon enough, he too will stand before judgment. Heard enough. Your feud isn't. Have you lost your minds? Negotiating with that mad dog is off the table now. He will merely laugh at your talk of reconciliation and execute your envoys. For too long has Caligus reveled in impunity and believed himself the king of his worlds. So you are in charge of Footfall now. Indeed I am. When the Lord Inquisitor enacted martial law in the Expanse, I'd offered him my support at once. Footfall was chosen as the Lord Inquisitor's headquarters, and the position of Footfall's liege was temporarily abolished for the duration of this war. Or perhaps longer than that. All authority was transferred to the station's warden, to me. While the Lord Inquisitor is preoccupied with matters of strategic planning, I am tasked with overseeing security and order. And there is much to do on that front. Pirates and smugglers, apostates and cold traders, deserters and outlaws. Every them warrants attention. Cracking her neck, stiff from many hours of reading documents, Incendia again dips her silver spoon and scoops out brain matter from the open skull of the poor fellow standing next to her. He's dead! Everywhere you look, servants are buckling under heavy stacks of new denunciations, warrants, and other documentation. What makes you think you are fit? Such is the law of footfall. Any rogue trader who arrives here assumes the right of absolute authority. Surely is not that thug Tokara who deserves to rule this station. He will soon be hanging from a noose, and so will his Casabalacan henchmen. And so will those Anva firebrands whose outrageous activities brought footfall so much grief. She looks at you with a gloating smirk. Once you hindered my efforts to subdue this station, and yet here I am now, dispensing justice to the wicked. I only regret that I was unable to begin sooner. Then Tokara's troublemakers would have already been crushed. Instead of lurking in cargo bays and maintenance tunnels, regardless, I will deal with them soon enough. And whom is it you are judging? All of them. Thieves, smugglers, pirates, traitors, heretics, deserters. Abattoirs, harborers, cowards, and perjurers. Any who has ever trespassed, any who has ever protected a miscreant or kept quiet about a crime they knew of. They all will be condemned. More and more new convicts are being granted the great boon of undergoing servitude in perpetuus, and having rid themselves of reprehensible consciousness of serving the Imperium free from doubt and weakness. Footfall will once again become a bastion of law and righteousness. I will eradicate all heresy that prevents the faithless from giving themselves over to the good of toiling in his name. There's nothing just about this trial. You think that I find enjoyment in this, looking at vileness upon vileness, listening to one excuse after another. I loathe this and despise every malefactor out there. If I were weak of will, I would have obliterated this foul station with nuclear fire instead. I am here to offer each of them the right to be judged in his name and the chance to return to his fold renewed. The universe is a terrifying place. We are surrounded by the archenemy's machinations and Xeno scum who would deny us our right to exist. The threat is inconceivable, and human weakness will not help us avert it. If man is weak, I rid him of this spinelessness and feebleness, endowing him with a sacred narrowness of mind and eradicating all that prevents him from utilizing his whole self in the service of the Imperium. She is not lying, you can tell by her eyes and her voice, trembling with earnest faith that Incendia genuinely believes in every word she just said. Legis Chambers, coordinating the Expanse's defense. His attention is focused on matters of vital importance and he is not seeing any supplicants. Your Lordship cannot see the Lord Inquisitor now. However, he bade to inform your Lordship that he will summon you later when circumstances permit. In due time, I shall weed out all the taint that has bred here on Footfall for so long, and then pious fear, loyalty, and devotion will once again become the pillars of this station under his watchful eye. I mean, she's technically doing God Emperor's work. She's being very dogmatic. She believes everything she's saying. But she has taken my station. And that does rankle me a lot. I'm going to leave it for now. Wait, you have a duty to the Emperor that you must see to. Millennium Tokara, the despicable rebel who once ruled this station, has slipped from my grasp. He is inciting the people to revolt, killing my servants, and hiding from my wrath with the dexterity of a void rat. My informers claim he often appears in that den of unrest that bears the irreverent name, the Adeptus Massacus. He made several attempts to arrest him, yet he has evaded capture each time. Reverend Hieronymus has gone there to convince him to surrender quietly, but his efforts have likewise been unsuccessful. In the interest of Footfall's integrity, Tokara must be apprehended. If his wrath to the full, a cup will deliver it to our hands. The asteroid where the Adeptus Massacus is located has been cordoned off. My enforcer will take you there. I want to lure Tokara out of his hole and seize him to me stand trial. Do this for the sake of Footfall's liberation and pave the road that my justice will tread. And what do you stand to gain? Gain is the order that will come to this station is disputed to the Emperor, his law, and his stewardship. Why did he go to the Amasek? Headed there where the rebels are seen most often so he could preach to them and sway them to repent. Alas, he still cannot see the difference between those who have erred and those who are beyond any hope of redemption. Why wouldn't I? That Railroad's infamy is known to all. He patronized thieves, smugglers, and pirates. By his leave, heresies and unholy cults flourished. That he has evaded punishment this long could only be described as gross negligence, which I intend to rectify in short order. I will help you deal with him. I never doubted you. None of the rebel leaders are allowed to die before their trial. I forbid you to execute them without my leave. Oh, I really want to put a bullet in her.
New challenge for me?
Get to the Adeptus Amasecus. Select all. Accept. Smartest endurance, that's where I'm going. Adeptus Amasecus.
I'll lay claim to
We
the
don't want to go
stars.
down, we want to come up here. Why, hello, everybody. Here he is, I think. Yep, there he is. You have no other options, Riser. If you abandon Footfall to Corder and flee, where are you going to sell your goods or restock your supplies? It will just be a slow death for all of you, with no ammunition, no water, and no air. So quick bargaining with faith and stick to the plan. Plan? More like a suicide pact. You have no allies, no weapons, no nothing. You're a runt trying to play with the big boys, Vakamo. You've taken on a rogue trader dynasty with only a handful of heavies and a couple of guns to your name. The way I see it, your march to the gallows is more of a gallop. Expression does not change, but an indistinct curse falls from his lips. Don't mind me, do carry on. You're hard to ignore, your lordship. You have a habit of radically altering the state of affairs of whatever situation you wade into. Greetings, your lordship, and as for you, Vakamo, I've got nothing to add. Your plan's utter crap. I don't gamble on those kind of odds. I'll leave you to think about your prospects. Maybe you realize that using my shuttle would be a better idea while me and my shuttle are still here. Yeah, let's go, Dogmatic. Yeah. Personal Saltman smiles. I've missed this. Everyone, if I pay you thrones, that means you to battle. Enough, Vladimir. I was hoping I could temper your pride, but you are too rooted in your arrogant and heretical ways. All you faithful to the Emperor, let us take a stand for his liege, rogue trader von Valencia.
I won't heed your cries of mercy.
I'll turn you into corpse starch.
Okay, there's 13. Gonna happily keep Bahardo where he is. We've got a couple of thugs in the corner. There will be an easy kill. Those guys aren't involved. We've got a combat servitor. We've got a couple more gunners down this way. So right, Cass. I'm gonna stick you in there. No, wait, Pascal. You can go deal with your heretical kind who are fighting against us. In fact, Argento can stick yourself in there. Ulfa. Oh, we've got another combat servitor right here as well. Well, I'll be. Bahardo's up front. These two. Abelard. Bahardo's going to get in there and deal with that. You can go back and deal with this servitor. Hey, Hexar Plays, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you. This game, I really enjoy this game. It's really good fun. It's got a really good story, which quite a few of these games don't. And it keeps you going, and trust me, it's very much needed to keep you going, because it is a long and complex game. Can I get... Oh, beautiful amount of...
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Let's get some lidless staring on the go. Ah, I missed someone in my last attack. How could I?
Now you're clad in scarlet.
Now they've seen better days.
I'm not accustomed to
Give
being ordered
Ulfar
around.
his free upgrade to get the AP back. Let's put frontline in here. Around for Hardor. Going up our resolve. What's the point? Isn't Bahada supposed to get first go in every combat?
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Don't give him an air of authority.
High momentum.
We now have... Beautiful. Gonna go and step forward. Let's go make an opening on this guy.
in the face of adversity.
Let's go a little bit reckless.
Not a problem for...
And let's go and strike him dead. Let's keep swinging. Although I believe I can inflict bleeding on the target. Yes, I so very much can.
I'll bring glory to my bloodline.
Yes, you will. Oh, can I...
All too easy. Nothing of value has been lost.
Step in here.
Nothing I can't do.
Start to take down Millennium. Hey, where do you think you're going? Get back here. Cheeky. Running away from me. Just start hacking away at him, quite frankly. Well, we are going to turn that on.
Suits my purpose. Another clean strike. Not a problem for me.
And then let's see if we can get him with a bit of a
Already
bigger
done.
attack. Oh, he dodged.
Watch and learn.
He did not dodge that time. He's down to 3 health. He will die on his turn from burning damage. Ulfar. Well, I think the guys in there are taken care of. Let's be honest. We're down to 8 guys remaining. I've got 2 by here, haven't I? Let's go and deal with these gunners.
Our foes reek of cowardice.
That guy's stuck where he is. He's now fallen over, so I'm hoping he can't get past him.
So it shall be.
Let's unleash a torrent of bullets in their direction.
Feel the icy bite of death.
That'll work.
Let's make it quick.
Oh, he's gonna help. I don't know how he's gonna help. Hey!
Here we go.
Stirring rhetoric.
Target well struck.
Cheh! Who taught you how to shoot?
Opposing me was your biggest mistake.
Let's get to it.
Oh!
Out of my way.
Ran away to charge back, and because he keep us at your distance, he fell over. Brilliant. Let us start to deal with these combat servitors.
Request approved. The scriptural protocol, the analysis successful.
Oh wait, I haven't added any prey onto the map.
Request approved.
Hunt down the prey.
My vow is to serve.
Go and In combat, the target is attack suffers a minus 30% penalty to dodge and a minus 30% penalty to armor. What's his armor? His armor's on 0. Now it's... I hear I was doing this. It goes off my melee weapon as opposed to my ranged weapon. Alright, that's definitely an error with Pascal. Definitely an error. 22% chance of hitting him, so let's not even try that.
As the Emperor
Concentrate.
commands, I act.
Mark some more prey.
I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act. Doubt is for the weak.
Penetration,
As the Emperor
more damage.
commands, I act.
Burn them
Faith
both.
without each strike is a prayer.
Each strike is a prayer. Pascal gets...
Running binary override. The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
And his... No, his is not turned off. That's fantastic. Let's go for... Go for run and gun. Let's burn the combat servitor a little bit more. And let's switch weapon. And let's... Although...
In thy light I stand, and thy light I crave.
Let's burn everybody. They're all marked as prey, so... Wait, what? Make several attacks. The number of attacks is equal to the number of prey in combat. I'm sure all these guys are marked as prey. Hunt down the prey. So, but she only did one attack.
I'll do it.
Well, that's nonsense. That's absolute nonsense. Ow.
I can handle this.
Taunting scream. That's brave of you. Of your whole 19 damage. And then your self-explosion.
Follow my lead.
Why don't I,
At your beck and call.
save you from somewhat of yourself?
It will be done.
Because, there's no way that guard's surviving without help.
An exemplary strike. I've suffered worse.
He shot me. I mean, I kind of did give him reason to, but he shot me.
Don't touch me. That's gotta hurt.
Okay. Let's... Whoops, wrong one.
I am a navigator, not a son. Another bird painted black.
Explorers know one route. Forward.
Oh, whoops. I select that. It was the wrong move. No, I want to use this one.
Beyond the science and value.
In Spirit Banishment. And let's go and...
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Go kill him. Extra attack to... Oh, I don't know, really. Let's go...
I'm afraid not.
Not Argenta.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Go Abelard, and I basically just hope that he can, he cannot. He just can't see him. Oh, but I could just go and, you know what, let's just
We'll
go.
rule the stars themselves.
Let's really manipulate this one.
A tactically sound approach. Reduce to dust.
3 enemies remaining, you say? Is this guy... Oh, this guy is actually still alive on the ground. We don't need to do any... Ah, you know what? Just end your turn. Let's come over here and kill this guy.
I will do my duty.
Yep, you just continue to stand there. Cass can... Let that go there. Let's walk around to this side because that's quite frankly where the opening is.
Suits my purpose. You didn't stand a chance.
And he's now dead. And let's come out here and
too easy.
finish the job. Done. Pirate Den dealt with. Footfall will be relieved to know that law has been restored in every sector of the station at last. Footfall will be delighted to know that you're dead, you red-headed bitch. I will judge them myself. You have contributed to the restoration of the Order of Footfall, Bahadur. Therefore, we shall preside over the trial together. With whom shall we begin? Let us convict Vladimir Tokara. I charge before the Emperor's stern gaze with contempt for the creed he gave us, with harboring lawless heretics, with crimes against his loyal servants, and with armed rebellion against his will. Yes, that's what they say about me, and what they say about you is that you're an obscure, huffing maniac who kills people for sport. Death is the Emperor's peace, and it must be earned. Let me turn him into a servitor on my ship that will teach him obedience. Let's do it. Dogmatic plus 30, that's what we like. There is truth in your words, Bahadur. Goodness is born of servitude. Let him Nakara, for your crimes you will undergo servitude imperpetitious and be passed into the ownership of House von Valencius. So you deny me a quick death, then again an eternity as a mindless walking pile of scrap on your ship is better than another second next to this crazed monster. Who will face trial next? On that we can conclude the trial. But I never fought against you, I never backed Vladimir. And because of that, we are supposed to pardon you for your past offenses. Commoner Riser, you are charged with piracy, with aiding and abetting rebels, and with blasphemous heresy and worshiping ruinous powers. Burn for eternity, ungodless wretch. Which had an amulet with a beast's fanged head crowned by horns, she grins ominously. I shouldn't have done that. I have something up my sleeve, in case the worst came to the worst. I, Riser, reject your accursed justice and your accursed Emperor. I break the deal that was offered me and surrender myself to the edge of daybreak. Die, you red-headed monster. Yep. Hands holds, folds swiftly to sign the Guila, which meets the blow like a shield. Flickering flame runs down her pale fingers, leaving no burn mark. She whips out her weapon, and a shining ray blinds everyone. 100 times more powerful than what any Inferno pistol can produce. The blast atomizes Riser before she has time to utter her last curse. What was that? Faith, the shield gifted by the Emperor to his servants. Did you not recognize the light of our protector, Bahadur? Perhaps it was your cruelty that propelled her into the arch-enemy's arms. Weakness, free thinking, and inner wickedness create heretics, not I. I destroy them. Justice has been done, and forces arrest all the lesser rebels. They will face trial in due course. Thank you for your aid in cleansing of Footfall, Bahadur. The Emperor protects. I got Drusian's reputation, which is fantastic. And we got... Oh, hello. Hive World Origin Voidsman Armor. We'll, keep a couple of those. Riser Pattern Chainsword. Mazoa Pattern Lasgun. Let's always add those to cargo. Let's always add those to cargo. And... we'll always add to cargo, but we'll keep one. Let's go. Very much for all the loot.
It's about time.
Yeah, let's pick up some goods. Is that more goods in the corner? It was. Go and grab those as well. Nothing like some free goods to help boost my reputation with people. Octaviana. Trying her hardest to conceal her face. What will it be, sir? I have a private message for your lordship. The Casablanca Commission has tasked me with expressing their eagerness to continue their partnership with House von Valencius. My colleagues would like to assure you that they had no stake in Millennium Tokara's activities that incurred your displeasure, and do not view his personal misfortunes as an act of hostility on your part. You are, as before, our valuable and respected partner. What happens to you? I don't know if football even needs the Amasekus anymore. I might have to close up shop and start some new business, but the enforcers don't bother us anymore. Gladium was the problem. He forgot he was a smuggler and started playing the rebel. Without him around, the Casablanca found some room for maneuver and began negotiating with the new authorities. In the current chaos, the mission is able to offer ships, connections, and resources that justify a more tolerant disposition from House Corda. I wish to make an announcement. Hey, you bums, lay about some crook traps. His Lordship Harder von Valentius, which graciously honors us with his presence today, is about to speak. We're preparing for everyone's drinks this day. The Emperor protects. Patriots make the sign of the Aguila and utter discordant prayers to the Emperor and expressions of their piety. The sincerity of their words is doubtful, but their awe and fear of your ire is quite convincing. Give me the latest. So it might interest you, a tale I heard from a tipsy Voidburn from a cargo barge. They exited the warp halfway between Furibundus and the Averroes system and came upon a shuttle wreck adrift. The shuttle was registered to the inevitable Triumph, a merchant ship that disappeared decades ago. She was bound for Footfall. Her cargo holds brimming with valuable goods, but she never made it. If anything at all survived the shipwreck, it could be quite a lucky find. Some poor sot was here bawling about how his crew tossed out a whole shipment of cargo along with a trash, and it was his fault. He hit the fact, and once they docked at Footfall, he immediately went on the run. No surprise there. Had they discovered his blunder, he would have been executed. I don't know what sort of cargo it was, but the ship he served on usually goes between Footfall and Winterscale's realm. He passes the 100 Dreams Crossroad and Langren's Belt. If you happen to be by the area, you might want to look for whatever the idiot chucked overboard. That will do for now. I'll be going.
I won't tolerate weakness.
I don't suppose Drusus happens to be in here, does he? No, he seems to have left the space. Let's have a quick look at... We go from newest to oldest. Mazo pattern, great sword. Pretty much the same, to be honest with you. Add that to cargo. Medium armor. Base armor, 50% armor against human enemies, 15 perception. Yeah. Oh, wait, but that's if I'm from the Hive world, which I'm not. Just go and add that to cargo. Let's come back towards the entrance. And let's level up. Right, what to grab, what to grab. I'm going to grab some more weapon skill. Seems to be lacking a smidge. The warrior takes damage, they gain 90% dodge. Warrior gains +5 damage deflection against the first attack made by every enemy this combat. Charge and push increase damage of ranged attacks made against the affected enemies by +13% until the end of combat. Not bad. I'm going to go for a bit of extra deflection. We're going to go and grab... Again, I'm thinking weapon skill as well. Area attacks deal extra damage. Whenever the warrior is attacked, they gain +1 stack of epicenter of slaughter. Start turn, the warrior gains +1 temper wounds for each stack. These temper wounds cannot exceed 7. Enemy suffers a -10% penalty to their hit chance with ranged attacks. Every enemy in a 1-cell radius around the warrior stacks up to 3 times. Attack scores a guaranteed critical. We'll take that. And then go for ballistic skill. Put that up to a 90. Both soldiers' area attacks gain plus 33% armor penetration and ignore 4 deflection in a 3-cell radius. Soldier gains plus 10% critical hit chance. I'm going to go for point blank. Quite often the first enemy in a fight. I'm going to say Deception. Then 70% more damage for full wounds. Cloak weakness costs 0 AP. Let's reduce the cost of that attack, I think. You can go and have some more. I want to probably say willpower. Though Fellowship does boost me quite a few of my stats. Go and grab Fellowship. And nothing found. Really? I definitely went and did all of these. Which makes me wonder... combat enemies damaged by the Navigator suffer an additional plus 9 damage from all attacks of opportunity. Uses a Navigator power that has not been used. Pretty sure... And they have less than 50% of the maximum wounds remaining. They also get an additional plus 10 fellowship after using any officer ability on a target with less than 50% wounds for 1 round. Increases the officer resolve by plus 3. The officer allies with a voice of command effect dealing additional plus 20% damage to enemies that have not yet acted this combat. And against additional MP equal to 5. The officer's ability grants action points to an ally. They also gain plus 1 to all characteristics. Also gains half that number. Whenever the officer makes an attack, they gain plus 5 fellowship until the end of combat. Half of the bonus granted by voice command remains until the end of combat. Whenever a heroic act used in combat by any character, the officer's next attack will cost 0 AP. Gains a bonus step perception and ballistic skill equal to 7. You also use a voice command or bring it down for the first time in combat. This ability costs minus 1 AP. Abilities gain bonus to their weapon skill. All allies under the effect of officers' abilities gain bonus to their weapon skill equal to 13 and will deal plus 10 more damage on attacks of opportunity. Ally increased by plus 10% for 1 round. Right, I think I quite like... Plus... No. The officer's resolve is increased by plus 3. A nice 14 resolve. That should get... Especially with the opening attack, if I can take out a few people with Eye of whatever it was called, the area of effect attack, I could really get some good bonuses right from the beginning. I could pretty much start with a heroic act if I'm very lucky. So I think I'm going to lean into perception. That helps both ranged and melee attacks. And then next I think would be weapon skill. Oh, hey, these are here. For each adjacent ally, the soldier deals plus 30% more damage to enemies. Soldier gains plus 26 more damage for the next attack this combat. Successfully dodges or uses cover against an enemy's attack. They gain a guaranteed critical hit against that enemy. Oh, I like that one. And so there are all the levels done. And, yeah, I still really want to go and reclaim this station, you know. Go back to the atrium. I'm out of tea, ladies and gentlemen. Bad things are happening. Slow load towards the end of that one. Come on, we've got to get back here. Like I said, we've got to reclaim our station. Now, I'm not quite sure if I can demand this off the Inquisitor, or... Oh, the Inquisitor will see me now. The Lord Inquisitor bade me inform you that it would be a pleasure to see your lordship at his palace. There are matters of the utmost urgency that he wishes to discuss, and he hopes you will find the time to meet with him in the near future. My name is Frosher, your lordship. I have the honor of being the Lord Inquisitor's retainer. I'll pass on the good news to the Lord Inquisitor, where I will be demanding my station back, or I will be killing people.
Follow my lead!
Well, no, that's a lie. I won't. I'm just full of bravado. These are very dogmatic servants of the Emperor. I can't bring myself to stop them, quite frankly. Oh. What did this one do?
Woman of the Soul Sea, accept this amulet as a token of my respect for your craft. Every experienced ship pirate on Fenris wears one of these.
Thank you, Ulfa. I am pleased to know that I am worthy of the Space Wolf's trust, and even more pleased to see it in the motley flashes surrounding your radiant soul.
A new challenge
what
for
a lovely
me.
exchange. That's literally the reason I stopped there, so that I could... Oh, hello. Everybody just pulled out their guns. Why, hello, Inquisitor. You Xenos-loving liar. I mean, did I say that out loud? Thinks that eye on his back gives him the power to do what he wills. Well, we'll see about that. The Lord Inquisitor is engrossed in studying star system charts and reports which are amassed on the desk like the ridges of a formidable mountain range. There are shadows beneath his eyes which are ruthlessly dissecting the latest report, and his skin seems stretched taut over the bones of his skull. Without turning his head to you, Kalkazar says wearily, "Greetings, your lordship. Your timing is impeccable." Is it really? How was that? An H servant with the bearing of a veteran approaches the two of you. In a precise movement, he replaces the untouched cup of cold recaf in front of the Lord Inquisitor with a new one, slightly steaming. The warrior of Fenris folds his arms on his ceramite-plated chest regally and says in a dour voice, "Greetings, Inquisitor. You and I need to talk." Kalkazar bows respectfully. "Glory to the Emperor's angels of Fenris. Your words will be heeded, my lord." The Emperor grants you strength and some time to rest. I would be loath to trouble our master with a prayer for such an indulgence, especially one so utterly inappropriate at this fraught time. Sister, may your path be blessed. It is gratifying to see that the trials endured by the Expansive fail to extinguish the flame of your fortitude. Lady Navigator Cassia Tessifia Evriali. Lips curved with a thin smile as he catches a glimpse of scarlet eyes. I hear that House Celio is going through a difficult time. Change is coming. I sincerely hope it is for the better. Your colors, Lord Inquisitor, are as rich as they are multifaceted. I have never encountered anything like it before, and clouded hues flowing from one to the next. Amazing harmony, amazing and frightening. That a man of such status and talents has taken an interest in the well-being of a Navis Nobilate house is a great honor. You wish to speak with the Lord Inquisitor, Ulfar? Indeed, you petitioned our aid in fighting Xenos. We spilt much alien blood, but the wind of battle carried me far, and I lost contact with my pack. Do you know where I can seek out my brothers, the Baleful Howl? I'm afraid not. According to the information in my possession, they withdrew from the battle raging in the Expanse. You lie. The Baleful Howl never run from battle. Claim is surprisingly calm. Only the frosty chill of death, bored of his voice and carries across the room, makes everyone's hair stand on end. What do you mean by withdrew? Contrary to my request to continue hunting the Xenos, they embarked on an expedition whose objective is unknown to me. There has been no word of them since. Sounds suspicious. This is not how we wolves conduct ourselves. I can tell you no more. As you well know, your pack preferred not to report their plans and intentions to me. Colin Calcador's voice too could freeze an entire world. I presume it was to search for Brother Ulfar. It is common knowledge how deeply Space Wolves value the ties of brotherhood. Far more deeply than the ties that bind them to other subjects of the Emperor. Is there any way you can help find them? No, but I believe I know someone who is better informed. And I will name that person as soon as we finally start discussing the matter that prompted me to summon your lordship. One of your acolytes accused you of cooperating with Xenos. I would remind you that the particulars of the Inquisition's work lie far beyond a rogue trader's purview, but given the circumstances, yes, Acolyte Lichtenhardt's words are true. It has been several years since I established contact with the Drukhari. They informed me of upcoming raids, and I thwarted them. I kept the Expanse safe while the Xenos were absorbed in their internal squabbles, which were of little interest to me. Strictly speaking, one might regard my actions in this situation as unorthodox at the very least. In reality, however, they are undoubtedly beneficial. Acolyte Lichtenhardt has demonstrated her inability to surmount the bounds of convention. And had she been in my position, the Expanse would have likely already fallen under the blows of the present crisis. Fortunate for you, she is not, and the Drukhari, drained by their power, struggles, and bereft of their best raiders, can do nothing more than run from my fleets. Your Lordship, I hope it goes without saying that I would appreciate you not spreading dangerous and misleading rumors going forward, and keeping the content of this conversation private. Given this current state of affairs, I would have to treat such actions as subversive, so I thank you in advance for your considerate silence. Sounds like it's only heretical depending on who's drawing the line. And I think this man is very much drawing his own line, and I don't like that. What was the dispute with Caligo's Winterscale? His Lordship deemed it more important to show off his stubbornness than to safeguard the interest of the Expanse. Stupidity of the most burdensome kind, but my sources inform me that he nevertheless has joined my efforts against the Xenos, and so I've decided to stay any sanctions for a time. Despite the impression I may have created, I am not a schoolmaster obliged to rein in misbehaving rogue traders. Caligos rejected the call to fulfill his duty to the Emperor. What discussion was there to be had? His Lordship has long displayed a susceptibility to corrupting ideas. His loss of interest in managing his protectorate and his appetite for violence drew my notice some time ago. The only question that remains unanswered is how many agents of the archenemy have infiltrated his entourage. Rest assured that his Lordship will face the consequences of his actions. Are you aware what Incendia has done? Naturally, her ladyship has done me an invaluable service by taking on the task of installing order on the station. Though her style of leadership seems unnecessarily brutal to me, on the whole, her actions have not exceeded the bounds I set. Why have you not intervened? Firstly, I entrusted the task to her ladyship, and she is executing it competently. And secondly, Bahada, are you unaware of what I am striving to do here? At present, I am trying to prevent the deaths of billions. Yet you ask me why I am choosing not to save hundreds. I am pleased to see the rogue traders can indeed work together. This serves as proof you are a worthy candidate for the mission that I am about to give you. You escaped from the Dark City, a feat that few have accomplished. Truly, I congratulate you on an exceptional performance, and I won't even mar your triumph by telling you that the Inquisition will, of course, be watching you very closely henceforth. I sincerely hope that your grand escape was not part of the Xenos' devious machinations. The cult of the final dawn and Drukhari raiders are vying with each other to see who can cause us the greatest turmoil. I have mobilized all the forces I can to repel the attacks, which is why we are still alive. Combined militia brigades are hunting for Xenos and guarding convoys, and expeditionary platoons under my command are crushing heretic rebellions. The situation is unstable, but I will not pretend that I was prepared for this crisis. However, we have not lost our footing yet. What has promoted them to act so brazenly? Prisoner interrogations indicated that an incident occurred in the Dark City, what the Xenos call a disjunction. A dimensional calamity that forced them to step up their raids in real space. Their audacity speaks to their desperation, which in turn will translate into new trials for his servants. Who could have done that? Why has the cult become more active? The warp is raging, the baleful sign always portends change, and crisis begets desperation. The most fertile ground for heresy. I believe the arch-enemy servants think their time has come, or perhaps this day was marked in their profane scriptures as the date of the end of existence. I will not trouble myself with further attempts to make sense of their blasphemous doctrine. They are bent on destroying us all, and so they must be destroyed. What makes you think you are competent? Do you see a better candidate for the job? I may no longer be in the first flush of youth, but believe me when I say that there are many things I would much rather be doing than playing constable to the Coronis expense. But alas, every ruler in our sector chooses to confine their concern to the well-being of their own holdings, whereas I alone must take care of all of it. You have mobilized all forces, but not House von Valentius. Are you not standing before me now, whilst your status remains unclear? I preferred not to requisition the resources of von Valentius' protectorate. Your people dealt with Uralon the Cruel's agents, and with Xenos raids, and that was enough for me. But now it is time to add your might and talents to the scales. You must have an ingenious plan. If such a plan were to exist, information about it would be of the utmost secrecy. I suggest you focus on the current strategy of putting out each fire as you encounter it. That seems a bit, poor. I see no need to be bogged down in the details. To apprise you of all the information I currently possess would require more time than we currently have. What help do you want from me? Crusher, if you please. A bubble of silence? My chagrin, the ability to be in two places at once does not number among my talents. That's why I wish for you to serve in my stead. I place such trust in very few people. You understand, you will feel what it is to walk in my shoes and attempt to compile a gaggle of quarrelsome blockheads to work together. You will reconquer a Fute's 2 for me. Fosha, another recap. This one has gone cold. Conversation hasn't been that long. Pascal jerks his head up, clearly recognizing the name Calcazar just uttered. You will reconquer Euphrates 2 for me. The esteemed Lord Inquisitor has done away with all pretense and politeness now. His orders no longer come with even a veneer of a request. Why can't both be true? Fosha has been a member of my retinue for 50 Terran years, and the person in my entourage who comes closest to being my confidant. We have had cause to be involved in many incidents whose reports have since been marked with a seal of silence. Can you tell me more about Euphrates 2? A sacred word of the Adeptus Mechanicus off limits to lay people. I'm one of the few who do not worship the Messiah to have set foot on its surface, or rather, I was. Now it is calling with unbelievers. The despicable word bearers have attacked and captured Euphrates 2. The cult of the Final Dawn brought an entire horde of heretics to the planet. Registering a Sanctity Alpha priority mission, the scourge of corrupted misbelievers reigning over blessed workshops fills the Omniscience faithful with anguish. Activating Auto-Asceticism Protocol, I offer a prayer for the liberation of the sacred world. Sent my troops to aid the explorator forces laying siege to the world, but a rift occurred among the commanders. They need an authoritative general, and you are perfect for the role. My confidence is not misplaced, I trust. What force do you have in place, and what is the rift? Explorator Fleet Divine Cognizance 7821 recalled its most combat-ready units to retake the world. They were supported by my most powerful strike fleet and a group of deadlier allies. I dispatched a pack of space wolves to hunt down the transgressors. Unfortunately, the leaders have failed to find a common language. The esteemed Thorvald is at odds with the conclave of the Mechanicus Battle Congregation, and the Omniscience servants find Thorvald's strident nature off-putting. And neither group is fond of militant Sibilek, who commands my forces. We're not fond, to be precise. The esteemed militant perished along with his ship a week ago, when his noble allies failed to support his offensive. I recommend that you, too, go to Euphrates 2. My lord, perhaps your pack was less reticent with the esteemed Thorvald than with me, and told him where they decided to direct their efforts. What matter first brought you there? An utterly transparent attempt to learn secret intelligence. I offer to make you my general, and you try to pump me for information. Poorly done. Clearly, the stakes for them are high enough. Erlon the Cruel has stirred his profane self to make a personal appearance on Euphrates 2. Commander Voigtgear, incidentally, is also there. I hear you two have unfinished business. Him I will generously leave to you. When you are finished with him, you may simply dispose of his mortal remains, and to surrender them to the Inquisition for an inquest. Consider it my gift. What do they want? The reasons behind their machinations would be pure speculation at this point. Bring me prisoners to interrogate, and perhaps we will gain some much-needed insight. Must I remind you that I'm still Lord Inquisitor of the Cronus Expanse, not merely some, what you always say, frosher? Some Grox bothering prick. If certain rogue traders at times allow themselves to speak to me in an overly willful manner, that should not give you cause to doubt my authority. The situation is clear. I will smash the heretics. Details. Hold a war council. I assume I have to go to Euphrates 2 to do that. Test to the extraordinary powers you now have at your disposal. I'm counting on success for Hardor. The Lord Inquisitor wants the rogue to take charge. Yes. I assume I have to go there to hold.
Victory awaits!
Said war council now. Again. I would like my station back, Porter. You are not in charge here. I am. Ah, can't do it.
None shall stand in my way.
I just can't do it. Let's go for free goods. Oh, most of the point is, yes, he is back here. Let's have a quick conversation. Oh, nice. 500 Drusian reputation. What is it? A martyr's work from a lost colony? Blasphemous text, the product of the mind of a heretic and an apostate who betrayed humankind. One should know the face of one's enemy. This is just great. We will steel our hearts against this new breed of heresy that's prepared into these unclean pages. It was done on my orders. All my life I have been a confessor to lost souls. Now let me make my own confession to you. I seek no forgiveness or understanding. I only want to tell the truth. Aspis Bastille Corda had imprisoned her heirs in those cryovaults to stop them from challenging her authority. Incendia was among them. My fellow faithful chanced upon those ice crypts. Aspis's wicked design horrified them. And I thought if St. Drusus had died a martyr's death to be resurrected in faith, perhaps another could follow in his footsteps. I chose Incendia. As full of worms as her innermost soul was, it had not rotted completely, and as for the others, I put them to death, for thousands of years of suffering would not have been enough to cleanse the stench and rot of their cursed souls. I sabotaged Incendia's cryo vault, and she spent 3 years conscious, blind, and helpless. My brothers and sisters recited prayers over her prison. Plant the seed of faith in the soil I had weeded. I hid the truth from Incendia and became her mentor, setting on a path to service to his will. And that was how Incendia, the offspring of a felonious heretic, became his vengeful hand striking down enemies of the Imperium, at the cost of evil I had done. I have tainted my hands with the blood of scores of helpless men and women. Then, for years, I tortured Daenerys to sacred warrant and lied to her, albeit with what I believe were good intentions. Yes, the blessed Incendia became a model servant of the Imperium, but the path toward that was paved with many crimes. My crimes. I have bared my innermost self before you. and the truth concealed therein. You are free to do as you please. Think of the justice I served. I rejoices that the thought of the justice delivered, yet it grieves me that Millennium could not find it himself to follow the path of repentance. And I clearly see the life from my flock. Alright, let's just go back to like tradable. Trading. Crack grenades, some large medikits, some multi-keys. Boots of Carskin. When in cover, the wearer has 100% cover efficiency against area attacks, but never dodges them. Whenever the wearer uses a grenade and hits at least 3 enemies at once for the first time in combat, this action does not spend AP. And Dogmatic Zealot. Wearer cannot fail any willpower or toughness tests whilst in combat. Base armor property plus 50% armor if the wearer's toughness is more than 70. Right, we need 2 more ranks to go and get this glorious modified Artificer armor.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Does make me wonder very quickly. Zeta 4233 Mu. Information request accepted. Acceptable response found. Hear and heed. The unit rogue trade Incendia Bastille Quarter and the specified unit's actions have no significant effect on the operations of this Explorer Cognizance Fleet mission. Are you seeking to access a trading interface? Glory to the Omnissiah. Who are you? Where's Opticon 2-2? Fallen head for the street leader if you freight 2. Why do you keep saying glory to the Omnissiah? Hear and heed. Request falls outside processing trade and information requests and offers functionality. My leave. And dialogue. Yeah. And back to the ship we go. Alright, let's get ourselves to Euphrates 2. And let's see what comes next. There are, of course, we managed to get 2 more rumors from the bar woman. The owner of the fine establishment that we did find. Oversized asteroid. Inevitable triumph. Oh, hello. We got some trophies. Reporting, shortly before our departure from Footfall, a group of messengers in luxurious garbs delivered a strongbox and several chests bearing the insignia of House Orselio to the ship. I suppose the use of gold-clad servants instead of servitors was an extravagant attempt by the navigator to draw the attention of the rogue trader. Considering the incident on the capital world, the enforcer officers checked the Navigator gifts thrice. I am pleased to report that none of them threaten your Lady Cassia's or the crew's well-being. Having said that, a close examination of the strongbox by the tech adepts revealed a data slate with a vid message addressed personally to you alongside some kind of encrypted data. We dare not touch them without your instruction. Decode the encryption. A messenger server skull has been sent to the Omnissiah's servant's compartment. Once the data has been decrypted, I will notify you immediately. As you command, Lord Captain. Rogue Trader. We, the Great Regent Aranto Orselio, send greetings and hope this message finds you in good health. House Orselio will soon hold a grand council within the Palace of Atlas, the holy relic that connects all navigators of our house. This meeting will take place not in the physical world, but in the world of thoughts, dreams, and visions. It is the only way to avoid bloodshed and decide the fate of the sacred child at last. Thanks to the Atlas, we feel that the soul of the child is full of dismay, and yet the rogue trader's words bear a lot of weight with the child, so he may soothe its anxiety and lead the child down the right path. The path of accepting his duty before the house and ascending the Novator's throne. I hope you consider my offer, Bajada von Valencius, for it is in your power to not only strengthen the bond between our dynasties, but multiply your riches at the same time. The gifts accompanying this message are but an insignificant part of the Great Regent's gratitude. May the Emperor protect us all. I am told the message has been relayed to your cogitator, Lord Captain. I hope the data did not get corrupted during playback or delivery. God Emperor protects, Lord Captain. Okay, so I believe I'm going to have a message in... an identified Imperial void ship. Upon your approach, the Scarlet Pursuer sends out a hearty greeting. Captain Demir Shanai wishes good health upon you and your entire dynasty and asks if you might have any up-to-date information on burning worlds. Empty soul trap times 30. And dialogue. Okay. Was searching for burning worlds and any scraps. Information has indicated which region could be found. Chartist Monocle. This monocle grants away plus 15 bonus to commerce. Alright. Go back to the Coronis Expanse map. Oversized asteroid. Oh, hang on. I believe I've missed something. There's an oversized asteroid here, which... oh, there you go. Not explored. That is already explored. So there you go. Let's go and explore this oversized asteroid. And it gives us... probably something really good. The deepest tunnels. The gigantic asteroid surface is densely sown with craters and pits leading into deep caves. Augurs indicate that the asteroid consists of layers characterized by strange heterogeneity. There is a high probability of finding valuable resources inside the stone. They can be extracted by sending an exploration team deep into the tangled tunnels. With the help of the massive drill, the exploration team penetrates into the cavernous depths. The squad reports that the Orcs have detected meager reserves of a substance used in the synthesis of plasteel in the rock. The excavation will take some time and significant effort. Everyone struggles with the unexpected hardness of the rock, but after 3 watches, the squad manages to set up enough mobile extractors to gather the coveted material. The noise and vibrations caused by the instruments have disturbed strange currents inside the asteroid. A transparent, vicious substance streams down from the porous walls of the cavern, slowly filling the caves. The squad's automatic to raise the alarm. A prolonged stay in these tunnels will undoubtedly result in the toxic liquid destroying the gear and equipment. Despite this, the explorers suggest blocking the livelier streams in order to leave them with enough time to fill several canisters with the strange substance. Later, the Magi alchemists will no doubt be able to synthesize many useful chemicals from it. As only for haste, the explorers are to gather as much material as possible and transfer the find to the Magi alchemists for further procession. Long hours are spent carefully preparing for the collection of material and mapping the caves in this part of the asteroid. Carefully observing the flow of the strange liquid, the squad succeeds in gathering several canisters of the substance whilst preventing any floods. While some soldiers return to carry the prize back to the surface, the rest continue moving towards the asteroid's heart. The explorers eventually reach the dry, surprisingly large caverns. A minute of respite is interrupted by a terrified scream. The squad is under attack. The tunnel's arches collapse, turning into nightmarish monsters resembling both worms and spiders. The beasts rush forward, yearning to tear apart the intruders who disturbed their rest. Engage the monsters. The gigantic horrors attack relentlessly, their powerful mandibles turning soldiers' bodies into bloody paste. But nothing can withstand the purifying light of flamers. Intrigued by the encounter with new xenoforms, the explorers notice that their tough carapaces conceal meat, both extraordinarily nutritious and surprisingly tasty. Without a doubt, future hunts for these creatures could feed a significant number of people. The endless caverns eventually lead the explorers to the very center of the asteroid, where they are met with a yawning cavity of unimaginable size. Giant rock turns out to be housing the curved, shapeless buildings of an unknown xeno race. Fragile, built as if out of sand, an intriguing find awaits the squad in the long-dead city. Uncountable quantities of ugly totems made from the crystal phlogiston are built into the walls of most of the twisted buildings. Again, phlogiston. Seal it. Removed from the dilapidated sand walls, entire blocks of the city collapse. It does not take long for the cavity inside the asteroid to fill with thick, dusty fog. Further recovery of the phlogiston from the crumbling ruins will take more time. Done. Okay. Now we can leave the system. And let's get some drinks. Ooh. Okay. What else are we looking for? Voyage of the Casabelican ship. There's a report from the servants of Omnissiah. They managed to locate the second mesh from House of Celio data slate hidden in the shadow of the first one. As soon as it happened, the machine spirit rebelled and started devouring the encrypted data. The acolytes of Cult Mechanicus are performing the rites to appease it and slow down the process of annihilation. What should we do? Play the message on the screen right now. A few moments later, the vid screen of Ikote shows the recording through a wall of static. Rogue Trader, you hardly know me, but I am well informed of your deeds. My name is irrelevant, for as long as the cursed child continues to live and breathe, no one in House of Celio is safe. I know that Master Felix and Lady Alina Hateria had to do on Urak 5 and in your palace. I understand your anger. House of Celio deeply apologizes for the incidents. I presume you already know that House of Celio will be holding a grand council in the depths of that accursed Atlas very soon. We cannot ignore the call, for we are bound to it against our will. I am also aware that you enjoy a great influence over the cursed child. Convince her to reject the Atlas. Break the centuries-old shackles binding our house, crush Tisiphone's tyranny under her foot, or simply kill her. I do not care. I'm not going to lie. We are unlikely to become good friends, but House of Celio values true allies like no other. The true House of Celio, that is, and not these lunatic zealots of the Regent. To assure you my offer is not vain, I will be the first to extend my hand in gesture of goodwill. A gratuitous gift to the Von Valentius dynasty. You will find it among the stars of Martianus. An emerald clutched in the storm's embrace. Head, let, writ, and whisper then. The servants of the Omnissiah could no longer restrain the machine spirit's hunger. I hope you were able to see the vid message through to the end. The ship reemerges. Okay, so it looks like we've probably got a new rumor. Whatever that was. Something about Martianus. Drifting void ship. I assume this is our... Oh, we have to venture on board. Okay. You insist. Oh, no, wait. Have I been on this void ship? Is this filled with heretical Mechanicus people? Did we not blow this ship up? I did not like this ship the first time, and I don't think I'll like it the second time either. Yes, I have. We're going to turn around and leave right now. Oh, we found a brand new cape. Wearer of this cloak gains psychic power, which allows them to sacrifice from 3 to 9 wounds to immediately teleport to any sand in a 4-hour radius. Okay. Of course, they have added more equipment, you could say. More loot here and there. Raid explored. Raid explored. Raid explored. Okay. Don't know what they're hoping I can find, but I've got nothing here. I mean, I assume this Voyage of the Casabelican ship was the ship I actually went and found. Hold a war council, that's where I need to go. Dumped cargo somewhere in there. And that's pretty much it. Alright, let us... Just to avoid any horrible combat. Oh, you can reset the cargo status on your cargo management screen. We have been called to the Void Ship Bridge. Going on here, I wonder. Whilst I'm in the bridge, or potentially in my quarters, I may as well go see if I do have a message. We'll find out, quite frankly. Unless that half-destroyed message is what it was on about, but we'll find out. Ah, why, of course. Bahada, how wonderful it is that I found you here. And you lose your breath, Cash notices this close. This closes their eyes, and you're released from the grip of emotions that are not your own. Please forgive me. My powers are sometimes too insistent in their attempts to break free from my control. Came to deliver good tidings. I have spoken with the house's navigators through the Atlas. Of late, I can feel with increasing clarity how our connection is growing stronger. Despite the descent in its mists, House Orselio has been able to keep a precarious equilibrium, thanks in part to your unexpected arrival on Urak 5 and the resolution of the conflict at the Dragonis reception. Not all Orselios concur with your decisions, but none can deny the impact that you, and no one else, have had on the House's present state of affairs. There is more I wish to tell you. It is about the visions that I have come to experience at an increasing rate during warp jumps. The same visions come to me again and again and again. It is as if I am going mad, for you see, these visions are about me, the Atlas, the Tisiphone Orselio, the House's previous novator. I have seen Tisiphone's experiments, the ones that involved the navigators from the Sethala branch, which she was rumored to have destroyed for disobedience. But the visions told me an altogether different story, one where the Sethalas helped Tisiphone create the Atlas, and they vanished immediately after the experiments were done with. Perhaps I can, no, I know I can find the way to the palace of the Atlas if I recreate Tisiphone's journey from my visions. A real palace, not the psychophysical illusion to which the Orselio navigators can reach out. I have always had a feeling that it truly exists in our world. Now, however, I know it with absolute certainty. What else did the visions tell you? I saw Tisiphone experience an epiphany in a dream. Just like my visions came to me on our travels through the warp, she beheld a planet hidden behind the rolling warp storms. The world promised her great power, so Tisiphone gathered the Sethalas, her most devout followers, to go on a suicidal journey through the Tempest. I know not the details of what happened on that planet, but it was there that the Sethalas sacrificed themselves for an experiment of some kind. And it was there that House Orselio obtained its Starway Atlas. For the first time ever, I have an opportunity to find answers to the questions my mentors so deftly avoided. Why did Tisiphone choose me? What is the Atlas? Is it true that House Orselio's past is drenched in blood? Please, Bahada, do not snap this tautly drawn string of destiny, my destiny. Journey with me to Tisiphone's wake to the distant stars. I shall help you. The House is still watching me, both the Renegades and the Loyalists. I doubt that any of them will agree even to a brief armistice for the sake of learning the truth about the Atlas's origins. And I do not wish to see House Orselio lose even one more life to another fratricidal skirmish. No, I shall go after the answers about our past on my own. Huh? Then it is best that we go alone. Thank you for your understanding, Rogue Trader, and now permit me to take my leave. I must start preparing for the journey. From what I have been able to glean, we must first travel to the Orselio Prophecy System. Odd that. Could it be that the historical records are lying, and Colleen Orselio is not whom the star system is named after? Either way, that was the system from which Tisiphone embarked on her journey, and we are going to follow in her long-forgotten footsteps. Go to the vault. Nothing in the vault. My loot manager. Oh, Shrine of Remembrance. Claim my rewards. Yeah, I feel like I've already done that. That was to do with Twitch rewards. Okay, I'm gonna guess that that data crypt we got in the next jump was, in fact... Oh, hello, what's this? Is this Malice? It was once in the service of Drukhari. No, it's just a Slith. Hideous head of a steel devil destroyed by the Rogue Trader aboard the corrupted Void ship. Brave Drukhari Xenos is one of the trophies taken from the bodies of the enemies during the defense of Dargonus. Talos Pain Engine. We've got some great trophies. And this looks like an Eldari helmet. Humanity on the Agu world of Janus. Lovely. Back to the Coronis Expanse map. And let's potentially see where I'm being asked to go. Journal. Smaragdus Mundus. I feel like we've not been there before. Yep, here it is. Comes off the Ocelio Prophecy, which is on my way to where I kind of need to go, so... And we're going to go through this lovely, dangerous warp route. What happens? Ooh, oh, hello. Entry, chronometer turn since incident. Witness Hyder, you claim that you left the Sanctum Navis on the Lady Navigator's orders. Affirmative, this unit acted in accordance with maintenance protocol. Step 1. Sense the sacred mechanisms for the duration of 15 chronometer turns. Step 2. You failed to inform the bridge about the imminent jump. I want to know why. Data unavailable. The Lady Navigator ordered that she be connected to the Void Ship, but she did not order the preparation of the machine spirits for warp translation. Cause, a ritual that cannot be identified by the ship's capabilities. This unit received the command to interrupt protocol and exit the Sanctum Navis. No, please, not the fingers. Enforcer, I'm going to break one for every word of a lie I hear coming from your mouth. Now talk. Please, you have to believe me. All we did was prepare the canvas and mix the Lady Navigator's blood into the paints. Then we were told to lock open the shuttle so the Lord Captain could see everything that was going on inside the Sanctum Navis from the observation chambers, and armor glass can't shield you from warp horrors. I swear it on my soul and the Golden Throne, Master Enforcer, that Lady Navigator only wanted to paint a picture for a ritual or some such. That's all I know. She wasn't going to use the power in her eye, but I still got as far away from there as I could. That's all I saw, I'm telling you. We performed an emergency warp jump, barely activated the Gallif field in time, and are now being dragged to throne knows where by an unknown force. Lady Navigator and the Lord Captain are still unaccounted for. Now tell me one more time what transpired in the Sanctum Navis. I escorted the Lord Captain to the observation chambers and yelled at the servant for leaving the shutters open. But then I was told it was on the rogue trader's orders. We could see the Lady Navigator clearly through the armor glass. She was lost in thought, staring at the canvas in front of her. She looked like she was completely unaware of the world around her. Soon the servants were ordered to leave the Sanctum Navis, and the Lady Navigator picked up her brush. Entranced, she started dragging it across the canvas, painting one image over another, and then another one over the last, and another, and then the Lord Captain noticed it. There was a thing on the other side. The picture, covered in a layer of fresh blood, was coming to life, but the Lady Navigator was oblivious. That is when the Lord Captain dashed to the control panel. I didn't dare stop him, I just watched, bolter at the ready. The machine spirits went mad, the doors and the shutters started opening and closing at random. The rogue trader managed to dart inside. Startled by the noise, the Lady Navigator turned around, and then those horrors in her painting, they broke free. And what happened next? I barely remember a thing. There was a bright flash, a purple blur. I remember feeling so scared that my knees were shaking. I remember my legs carrying me away like they had a mind of their own. As I ran, I heard screams behind me. The Lord Captain and Lady Cassia, they, oh God Emperor, the creatures, they pulled them both inside the painting. Mistress Voxmaster, I have a report that needs to be delivered to the senior officers. The Lord Captain and the Lady Navigator were lost during the emergency warp jump. Their whereabouts are still unknown. I am sending you the interrogation records. End of recording. Material, relation to the Lord Captain's personal account, recorded by strictly classified access protocol holder Bajada von Valentius. Tisiphone Ocelio's ritual did not go as planned. The warp disturbance triggered by the Lady Navigator's trance washed over the Sanctum Navis. The Void Ship's machine spirits reacted to the surge of the Immaterium and interpreted it as a call to action, thus did the emergency jump into an unknown begin. Amid the shrieks of sirens, the clanging of shutters, and the distant hum of the warp engine, some unknown will pulled the Lord Captain into the Sanctus Navis toward the creature from the living canvas that had already gripped the Lady Navigator's throat. Horrified, almost out of breath, and struggling to scream, Cassia stretched out her hand and began slowly sinking into her own painting. The Lord Captain? What have we got? Got that. Tried to escape from toughness. We'll go for weapon skill. The ritual dagger of House Ocelio cleaved the billowing shadows, and yet the painting hand reformed itself the moment after the blade passed through it. Cassia went limp in the clutches of her horrific creation and was immediately pulled to the other side of the painting. A moment later, Bahadur, still clutching the dagger, was likewise plunged into the depths of the world the Lady Navigator had created. Bahadur awoke, finding himself in the middle of a gigantic, boundless, billowing nothingness. His body felt weightless, floating into a void strewn with hundreds of the Lady Navigator's colors. Some of them bright, warm, and alluring, others morose, cold, and heavy. The Lord Captain. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Bright colors, dark colors. Closed his eyes and remained adrift in the weightlessness. In the ocean of nothingness, devoid of any sensation or emotion, until a slight smile upon someone's lips surfaced in his mind. The warmth of her skin, the silk of her snow-white hair, Cassia. She was there, somewhere amid that seething nothingness, all alone. Someone's scream broke the delicate equilibrium of the Lord Captain's motionless body, and the weightlessness released him. He plummeted into the maroon abyss of roiling illusions, but was now in full control of his body again. Then Bahadur descended into the abyss toward the screams. The Lord Captain... Oh wow, look at that picture, folks. The artwork on some of this is amazing. We've got some rather rough things. Oh, is that supposed to be Tisiphone? She looks like she's wearing... Yep, she's got the same pauldrons. The Lord Captain crashed from an immeasurable height to the bottom of a roiling abyss. In the next moment, Bahadur saw two figures amid the billowing maroon mist. One of the figures, unnaturally gaunt and tall, was clutching the other, smaller one, in its claws, screaming furiously. Lord Captain? Oh. Awareness. Come on. Yes! In the swirling mist all around him, Bahadur could make out human faces stricken with torment, and not just human faces. There were Xenos, Aldari, their features fused together with those of humans, which made the Crimson Spectres look all the more abominable. Their gazes and their rage were directed at the two unmoving figures facing each other. I drew closer. She went somewhere. She was accused of destroying one of the Aldari's craft worlds, I believe. One step was all it took for some unknown force to notice the Lord Captain, seize him, and drag him through the painting's twisted space. Now the Lord Captain could clearly see the dark shade of the long-dead navigator leaning over Cassia. Clutching her neck in its clawed fingers, the shade screamed. You were giving life because of me. You survived because of me. And here you are now, because I have willed it so. Bow before me. Tell me what I wish to hear, and your suffering will end. Go on, child. I have waited for so long. Submit to me. Cassia looked exhausted, her body covered in hundreds of thin cuts, her lips lacerated, claw marks on her cheeks. Yet, there was a steadfast resolve in her eyes. I know who you are, Tisiphone or Celio. I know what you crave. I saw it in the visions that you sent me again and again. I won't allow you. I will never allow you to become me. Cassia's fatigued voice quivered, but she was not about to yield in this battle. The Lord Captain? I can stab. How's the persuasion going? Urged the Lady Navigator to fight the monster to the bitter end. The Lord Captain's word attracted not just the Lady Cassia's attention, Tisiphone or Celio, finally noticing the presence of a living creature in the bizarre world, turned to face the interloper and lunged forward, seething with rage. When the entity's claws were millimeters from the rogue trader's throat, Cassia opened her navigator's eye and a wave of unbridled warp energy obliterated Tisiphone's spectre before she realized what was happening. The Lady Navigator graced the Lord Captain with a tired smile. The abortive ritual had turned out to be a trap set for Lady Cassia by the previous Novator of her house. But the rogue trader had ensured that her plan fell to ruin, and now it was time to desert that accursed place. Cassia took the rogue trader's hand and guided him through the maroon mist and out of the painting. Their unconscious bodies were discovered in the Sanctum Navis 20 Terran days after their disappearance, as soon as the rogue trader's void ship had emerged from the warp in an unknown system. I like it. That was a good bit of story. Let's see what's in this system. We have... Oh, what a lovely purple star. Let's see what it's in this system we have found. Look at that glowing purple orb. Begin scan. There has to be something here. Yes. Palace of the Atlas. Let's jump down. Crone World. Master Tacticians always seize upon and develop any advantage the team can get. This, yes, I believe she destroyed a whole craft world of the Eldari. I'd be interested to see what could potentially happen in a place like this if I had...
It's about time.
Crimson is a good color for battle attire. Enemies will perceive no weakness, not even if you are bleeding.
The creation of the area has lain in ruins for many a millennia.
Augmentations allow me to function effectively, even in the event of extensive blood loss.
Let's, in fact, come down here.
Concern those who dare to stand against the servant of the Omnissiah in battle.
House Roselio need not know what is taking place here. The navigators are frightened enough by its power as it is. The last experiment left 3 from the Sethala clan without a shred of reason. Empty shells will bring no glory to House Roselio or its lesser branch. We shall carry on. Last, we have managed to implant the artifact in subjects who can wield its power. Perhaps all the navigators who perished in the agonizing torrent of energy were merely a symptom of our decline. I am tired of counting the dead. The weak have no place among those who have harnessed the Atlas. Their abilities have grown manifold and become significantly easier to control and more effective at resisting the ruinous influence of the warp. It is all or nothing. Today is the day that when my work is complete and the Stairway Atlas takes its final form. The Sethalas have already undergone the operation and all that's left is me. The Atlas controls them all. Today I become the greatest novator in the history of House Roselio, or I turn to nothing. This power is beyond compare. All it took was a whim to make the wretched Sethalas fall dead at my feet. It is as if I have a second heart beating in my chest, subjugating any with the ability to touch it. Now, how regrettable it is that this power only extends to those Roselio navigators who have accepted a piece of the Atlas within themselves. From now on, all children will be gifted with one at their initiation, and there will be no one who can match our greatness. A heart of navigators countless Redstone Roselio performed the experiments hundreds of years ago. Let's go and blow this up. What's the...
I
no.
won't tolerate
I do have
weakness.
Ulfar, he just can't come up here.
I did fine.
I did do fine. Plasma ring, a ring weapon that fires a single plasma shot. And Grenadier's backpack. The wearer and the allies are immune to damage from the wearer's grenades. First time the wearer uses a grenade during their turn, they have 50% chance not to expend the grenade. Then let's go... I'm going to go down the other side because I feel like up is the way I should go. Oh, tech use 100%. There's barely a noticeable imprint of a long clawed hand on the broken cogitator screen. The Alderi Sanctum is blemished by human presence. In their pursuit of ancient secrets, the navigators had no qualms about filling the ruins with...
Victory awaits! I rise to the occasion.
Operation successful.
To carry equipment, elite marksman's gloves to wear against plus 15 ballistic skill. Left no stone unturned with this Alderi temple.
Done.
Like they were looking for something they could just not find. Alright, so let's now go up to the top. We went to the right. We went to the left. Let's go to the right. Remove the crypt from the dead machine to keep House Roselio's secrets safe and leave no information about the experiments. Oh! Halt, cursed child. We had to ally ourselves with the Xenos once more to stop you. Interesting. No matter the small price to pay for the liberation of House Roselio from the chains of tyranny. Oh. Would you look at that? We've been beaten to the punch. Then here come my allies. We followed the Atlas's call in your wake, child. Stand with us. House Roselio will not trade Tesophone's legacy for the false ideals of blind fools. Yeah, how about no? I mean, they've gone and fully corrupted an Alderi world. Oh, why hello. Learn the truth about the Atlas's creation. Damn Xenos, this was not the bargain we struck. Thrones smite you. The navigator whose skin is so thin that it reveals bones and innards underneath clenches his augmented gold jaw in contempt. What is this? The rogue trader and the traitors to the house have lured the child into a trap set by Xenos. I wish my eyes were deceiving me, but now I can see clearly that the great regent Aronto was right to send us after your vessel. Is armed with a pistol, and yet there are signs of exhaustion in her posture. Her face is hidden behind a gem-encrusted three-eyed mask, and her elaborate Navis Nobilate vestment are stained with dried blood and other evidence of recent combat. I too wish to be enlightened about what is happening here. You will stop defiling the remains of the hallowed ground of our ancestors with your semblance of speech, monkey. You glimmer faintly in the dim light of the system star, and the sinister grin on his mask only adds to his menacing and aloof presence. The final act will soon unfold, where you will pay for your deeds of your ancestors. Stay put and wait for the puppeteer to pull at your strings. Why? Why are there Xenos ruins where the Palace of the Atlas should be? Why is this place coated in an impenetrable black mist? I'm suffocating. Three-eyed monkey who sees into Sha'il. The taint of your ancestors has begun to consume your body and soul. Pathetic fools with an insatiable lust for power that is not yours. Ending your misery will be a mercy. Taint? Do you mean the Atlas, Xenos traitor? Silence, traitor. The Atlas is a sacred relic of the House of Celio. It is what elevates us above the rest. How dare you? Both loses her breath with a groan. She clutches her chest where her Atlas is implanted. I refuse to accept this. Impossible. What is this taint you speak of? Do you not see it? When you monkey discovered this crone world, you tainted it with your crude technology, despoiled it of its relics, ruined all there was to the last stone. But worst of all, you sullied the souls of our ancestors reposed in their sacred vessel, the spirit monolith. Floating behind his back, and the harlequins around you tighten the grips on their weapons. Like a sea of bottomless blue. I did not know that living things could exude such saturated hues. I wish I could paint this ocean a different color. Examine the hovering crystal. She has a strange resonance with this place. You can sense the energy emanating from it, mysterious, restless, coagulated. It resembles a giant heart that has been plucked out of its owner's chest. Its crystal clarity is pierced by hundreds of dark veins that have taken root within like a terrible illness. How did they taint it? The experiments. This is where she conducted her experiments. Tisiphone. No, it is not possible. To consult with Xenos is to violate the word of the God Emperor. It is known to all that Tisiphone or Celio executed anyone who showed any interest in the enemies of humanity. Is that so? Then why is it that every piece of metal or fabric in this place bears our house's coat of arms? Open your eyes. Quiet. I am unsurprised that the truth is hidden from your gazes, three-eyed monkey who see into Sha'il. I realized it the moment I met the first of you. Wretched, begging us to help you destroy your own kin. I sensed it within you, our ancestors' call, their pleas, their endless torment. I knew that what you found was a crone world, and I humbly waited for the day you would lead me to it. What experiments did Tisiphone conduct here? I cannot say where this memory sprang from. Perhaps I saw visions of Tisiphone in my dreams, and yet I have seen all this so clearly. There was such power locked within this stone, such opportunities. It would make our navigator's abilities several times stronger. No, it would magnify them by a factor of dozens. But the price was too high. After mere hours of use, the stone would always burn the minds of its hosts. That is why Tisiphone broke the monolith into many shards, which are far easier for a human will to control. No, your ancestors went further than that. They placed the shards of the spirit monolith inside their bodies to empower their abilities. I never wished to learn such harsh truths about my own house. Raise her face in her hands and you feel waves of despair spreading from her lithe frame, which suddenly appears as fragile as glass. Does not mean we are powerless to rectify the errors of our ancestors. You say that only because you wish to soothe me. You are more than just a tyrant's heir. You are a successor to a mad heretic, betrayer of faith. You must be destroyed, you and the Atlas, once and for all. You think the solution is so easy, don't you, monkey? When you die, your souls become captives inside the spirit monolith. This process is deranging to our ancestors who have served as the monolith's guardians for eons. It is equally agonizing to the souls of your dead. And the more monkey souls that
the monolith absorbs, the more volatile it becomes. The Aldari and the monkey have spent many a dance battling for supremacy with the monolith, and its integrity is waning. You sense it too. The only way to free our ancestors from the pain is to separate the monkey taint from the spirit monolith. My troop is here to perform just that. We will pay our parts today, and when the final act of this age-long tragedy begins, the monkey players will exit this world's stage. Souls from those of the Aldari without killing one or the other. Listen to whatever she has to say. She is not the woman her predecessor was. Definitely never get souls from those of the Aldari without killing one or the other. I do not believe there is. The three-eyed monkey have desecrated this place. I will not put the spirit monolith at risk just to help them avoid the consequences of a lamentable performance. Address Cassia. I cannot change the past, it is true, nor can I change the fact that my house is forever tainted with disgrace born of Tisiphone Orselio's hubris. Yet all of us here today have the power to change the future and halt the unending suffering that is drowning both your kin and mine. You suggest that the monkey and the Aldari change the future together. I must admit, my leading lady, I am confounded by your audacity. Go on. My Atlas. You can free the phantoms of my house from the spirit monolith, guide them to enter my Atlas. Their experience and wisdom will help steer House Orselio onto the path of truth and allow future generations to avoid the calamitous pitfalls of their forebears. Kai Morag, my leading lady, the shards of the monolith are lodged inside the chest of every monkey bound to you by ties of blood. How exactly do you intend to return them? I shall use the Atlas to sever my subjects' connections to the spirit monolith, and then I shall extract its shards from every navigator of House Orselio. This artifact is implanted at birth, but does not mean the ritual cannot be reversed. I witnessed its creation through Tisiphone's eyes in my visions. I lived it over and over again. Through the memories of the Sethala clan, I can recreate the ritual that will return the souls of your kin to you and save my people's lives. Cassia, are you truly capable of this? I am confident in my abilities more so than ever. Well, alright. I should kill them all for being dogmatic, but I want to side with Cassia. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls, and everybody watching. I want to side with Cassia over my dogmatic practicism. Does that make me a heretic? Who knows? But that's what we're going to do. I am willing to try. No, I won't let you destroy the Atlas, even if it's a child's wish. Lady Orselio, you are too young and inexperienced. You simply cannot comprehend. Bang. You address the future Novator of House Orselio, one who survived the massacre of Urak 5, one who has lived following an attempt on her life at the Palace of Dargonus, who has restored her house's stability in what scant time she has been free, while you, all of you, have spent years destroying it from within. You address one who has passed through the Tempest of Sea of Souls to the true Atlas as a rogue trader's ally, yet still you call me unworthy, don't you? Young, inexperienced. Kneel before me, and I shall forgive you your insolence. House Orselio was always loyal to Novator Tisiphone. Henceforth, it will be loyal to the successor. Even if you see fit to lead us down a different path, my lady. Are you done with your performance, monkey? Then stand aside and do not interrupt. Bam, 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 bam. I'm hoping for a change of color and for a patching of the crystal. Ah, I can feel it again. The tranquility. Ah, it's turned nice and blue. Love it. The ancestral souls have found peace and the corruption no longer endangers the monolith or this world. Remember our agreement, Casilio Orselio. We will soon meet in this place again so that you can give us the shards. And now be gone from our world. Okay. I wonder if that would have maybe been a little bit different if I had... or Iliad. The... What is that? The cargo? The Aldari companion I can potentially get, who I will have on the next playthrough. And I will not be doing anything dogmatic. So, that will go much, much better, quite frankly. I'll talk to the Lady Navigator. Let's go and do this. Almost any item in the game can be placed in cargo. Whilst we're here quickly before we start that conversation, let's see what else we can push forward. Government transportation of some goods. That'll be you, that'll be you, that'll be select tradable, that'll be trade. One more level reached. We have Judex, flame weapon proficiency. And we have Righteous Justice, two-handed weapon, which is better if you're dogmatic, which unfortunately our good friend Abe is not. But at a quick look, I mean, it's got much higher damage. Chain weapons deal just 25% critical damage. Warriors prefer swords, plus 10% type, plus 10% to enemy skill when hit. This one, on the other hand, has that. Okay, but then it needs Conviction Dogmatic, which I don't really have. And also Dodge of Xenos Demons and Psychers. Additionally, ignores the deflection of Xenos Demons and Psychers. Additionally, ignores the armor of Xenos Demons and Psychers. That would be amazing if he was, in fact, dogmatic. You, on the other hand, our Toxic Flamer, which does more damage than this, so we'll ignore that one straight away. And you are, yeah, I mean, he's just Iconoclast. And obviously, these don't change as time goes on. It would be nice if they kind of at least maybe slightly went on the journey with you, or you could have maybe interactions with them, you know, to convince them that your Puritan ways are in fact correct. Things along those lines or something. Yes, Lady Cassia, I believe, lives down here. There she is.
Oh, how nice of you to grace me
just
with
thinking
your
back to our
presence.
journey to the Palace of the Atlas.
I was just thinking back to our
she's speaking
journey
herself.
to the
I'll shut up.
Palace of the Atlas. That is, to the world of Xenos. Remembering that most reckless act has enveloped my mind in a whole palette of hues. But when I think of the great risk you took for House Orselio's and my own sake, an azure shawl instantly descends on my shoulders, and amber sparks flash inside my soul. Please accept my sincerest gratitude.
Number one.
You of all people should know that succession is a lengthy and tiresome process. While my entire house is busy preparing for a grand council at which I am to ceremonially inherit the late Tisiphone's title, I have decided to remain by your side, to relish just a little more of this carefree liberty. For as soon as I am summoned to do my duty, we must say our farewells.
What awaits the navigators of your house?
The Xenos have managed to free the souls of our ancestors from their confinement. The memory and wisdom of those that came before us will serve our house, helping build upon the ruins of the present a firm foundation for generations to come. I believe in that, as I believe in the divine light of the Emperor. I suppose so, if by power you mean priceless knowledge. As for the special powers granted by the Xenos souls, the navigators of House Orselio will once again have to contend with their own bodily and spiritual limitations. However, I am undaunted by the prospect, for our line and our gene have never been weak. House Orselio will succeed, and soon we will rise again, draped in white and gold. Of course, I will try to answer any questions you have.
And beg my leave.
I have enjoyed your company. Thank...
Quest complete. Now we are back down to just the siege. So let's make our way there and basically prep ourselves for the next episode. Because unfortunately that is all we have time for on this episode, ladies and gentlemen. And hopefully we can make most of the journeys without incident, so that we actually get there a little bit speedier. I'm gonna go and make this a little bit safer. And I want to come down, is it Emperor's Palm? Yes, hold a war council. How do I get there? We come to here. Then we drop down into here. No powers of the warp prevented us from getting out. And then to here. And let's visit. Let's repair the hull from the little bits of warp damage that we have. Then we're going to move our ship close. And as I said, ladies and gentlemen, that is all we have time for in this stream. When we start next time, we will jump into Euphrates 2. We will unite the fleet, which I feel like there was more pictures of ships around this last time. Now, as you can see, we have some debris instead. So we will take control of the fleet. We will take control of the ground actions, and we will kick the word bearers in the ghoulies, if Space Marines in fact have ghoulies. Janus, yep, we get our usual trophies. Let's just double check. I don't think there's anything to do on any of my colonies really anymore. We have a Gamma. Brand of the Motive Force. Really, no need. Although wait, I get security and efficiency as profit. Sure, we may as well. Argonas. Yeah, nothing really going on. Lord Captain's presence will be required. However, it is in the far corner of the map and it can wait. I would like to keep pushing forward the story, and it's what we're going to focus on. And so, like I said, yes, when we come back, we are going to go to Euphrates 2. And we are going to, like I said, beat the word bearers back into the warp. So, but until next time, when that glorious event will happen, in the name of the God Emperor, we, as per always, hope that